Okay, welcome everyone to this candidate forum for Mayor and Treasurer of the City of Torrance. My name is Margot Rieg. I am from the LA County League of Women Voters. First candidate for mayor this evening is Sharon Kolani.
Good evening. You're going to hear tonight that we're better off than 4 years ago. Let me tell you why. Our reserves were less than $600,000. Budgets were being approved at a deficit. The city needed a lifeline. Fact, I am the only mayoral candidate who understood what needed to be done and the only candidate to support two major decisions. The first decision was to refinance $350 million of debt. That has saved us as taxpayers $60 million to date and will save us $172 million over the time. The second was to support the measure that stabilized our city finances and generated over $95 million protecting essential services. Those weren't easy decisions for me, but they were responsible ones. That's how our reserves went to $131 million. I'm especially proud that 96% of my campaign support comes from Torrance residents and businesses. You and I are powering this campaign together, not with outside interests. And I am the only candidate, and that's a fact, that is endorsed by all branches of public service, former mayors, our supervisor, past assemblymen, congressmen, and all of these. That's leadership that brings people together and delivers results.
Thank you. Our next candidate for mayor this evening is George Chen.
Thank you very much and good evening. Not just a candidate, but also the current mayor. Question is again, are we better now than 4 years ago? Mayors get things done, and that's what I've been doing during my first term as your full-time mayor. Based on real accomplishments, I ask for your vote for 4 more years to further our accomplishments. The city is now stronger, and we are the powerhouse of the South Bay, digging ourselves out of $581K, fourth from the bottom, to now projecting $150 million in reserves. Public safety, we are the powerhouse public safety agency in the South Bay. We launched the Real-Time Response Center using fixed cameras and drones as first responders. So many agencies are coming to us for help. We approved a $4.7 million retention and recruiting bonus that all of us signed. By the way, the lease revenue bond street refi, all of us voted for that, not just one person. During my first term, aerospace defense companies have come back to the city of Torrance, such as Antares, Hadrian, and recently FlightWave, drone company, all high-paying jobs. Friendship City Initiative, we grew our global visibility worldwide with the unveiling of the largest Dodgers mural in the world. Now Torrance is a destination. We launched off Connect Torrance that provides transportation easy for seniors and those with disability. I ask for your vote for 4 more years.
Thank you.
My name is Aurelio Matucci. I've been serving on the Torrance City Council for 2 terms. That's 8 years. Before that, I was on the Social Services Commission, and before that, I was serving on the Torrance Rose Float Association. That was tough, tougher than everything else. But, you know, it's amazing how time flies. But what you need to do is look at each one of our track records. 2 of us have been serving on the council for many years. Look at our track records. Which one has actually brought stuff forward, got stuff done? And at the end of the day, it's about you choosing who you think is going to best serve in this position as treasurer.
We will hear from Mike Griffiths.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Griffiths, and I'm running for Torrance City Treasurer. Currently, the Torrance Treasurer is responsible for the safekeeping of almost $400 million in idle city cash. So I'd say it's a rather important job. And for something that important, you want someone you can trust watching the investment and bank accounts. I have lived in Torrance now for over 40 years. I raised my family here, and I started and built my business here, generating millions of dollars in annual revenue. I love Torrance. I have dedicated the last 30 years to serving the community of Torrance. I've served on city commissions for 10 years, and most recently, I served as your city council member for 10 years, winning both my city council re-elections by wide margins and actually doing things. I have volunteered for the Torrance YMCA now for 30 years, leading hundreds of volunteers for their fundraising campaigns. I've been a member of their board of managers for almost 12 years now. Additionally, I serve on the board for the Torrance Salvation Army for the past almost 13 years, 8 of which I served as board chair. And most recently, I volunteer as an advisory board member for the Western Museum of Flight, a hidden jewel of our city located right here at Zamperini Field. My service doesn't just happen when I'm running for office. My dedication to the community is undeniable, and I have reliably served in all these different capacities without controversy. And I hope that I have proven that I am the trustworthy candidate and that you will support me to be Torrance's next city treasurer. And I look forward to your questions. Thank you.
Torrance will change 4 years from now. The Torrance will continue to change that we started 4 years ago, like continue bringing in high-paying jobs. And let me try to unpack that a little bit. Bringing in high-paying jobs, making the city of Torrance a destination worldwide brings in revenue to the city of Torrance. Bringing in revenue to the city of Torrance allows us to fund all the quality of life desires that we want, such as funding our police, our fire, infrastructure. As we keep our city more safe, the more businesses will come into a city of Torrance, and we will probably, by that time, 4 years by now, that we'll have something going on at the Old Sears area. We'll be safer, cleaner, more business vibrant, and we will be ready for LA 28.
Thank you. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to restore public safety. After the last 4 years, we still have 36 officers short in our police department. We need to fill those positions. We need to make sure that our Class 1 fire department stays that way. We need to upgrade our fire stations. We need to put our finances back on track, moving hundreds of thousands of dollars from sister city programs that have provided zero measurable results to us. We need to put that into bringing businesses that are comfortable working in California and can benefit from coming to Torrance by us telling the why Torrance story and showing them that, for example, we do not have gross receipt tax. There are reasons for businesses to do business here. They're not coming for reasons of being necessarily a destination. We need to be using our staff to go out and bring those businesses here. And finally, we need to be focusing on all of you, not just some. Our streets cannot get any wider. I was speaking with a council member from 20 years ago, and guess what the #1 issue was 20 years ago? Traffic. So it's something that hasn't gone away. I believe we need a more dependable transit system with our buses. We have a beautiful transit center. We have a beautiful multi-story parking structure coming to our transit center. So it's important that we have dependable transit. So if you want to be somewhere at a certain time, you can make it there on time.
Same question.
Yes.
I just want to do a little clarification about Friendship City and economic value. I think last week my colleague here on the opponent here just wrote a 2-page letter to a Spanish jewelry company and touting that the city of Torrance is in the process of looking into developing a friendship city with a city in Spain. So, which means that is not a zero. The fact that we got the largest mural in the city of Torrance at DoubleTree is not a zero. The fact that the Taiwan National Olympic Committee is picking Torrance as their base camp of operation LA 28 is not a zero.
I'm going to yield some of my time to answer the statement that was earlier made by my opponent. The Friendship City going and saying hello overseas and them coming here and saying hello and having fancy events is not the same as my letter that was specifically addressed to a company. I heard individuals at our mall state that they were considering a high-end wing. I did a very specific letter to a very specific company after researching that they're looking for opportunities to expand. It was going to look for economic opportunities first.
Thank you. Now, we will move to the treasurers. What monetary benefits has Torrance realized from the Friendship Cities? And we will begin with Mr. Matucci.
Well, I don't know if you can put an actual dollar amount. I mean, we can ask that question about a lot of different things, but, we had no problem as a council to fly to South Korea altogether, including spouses, girlfriends at the time, even people that voted no on it, because I think even at the time, they understood that creating relationships with overseas countries is a key factor in our future. We are a world economy, guys. Torrance is not in a little bubble. Neither is LA County, and neither is California. We're competing against other states, not just other cities around us. So the best way to do this is to continue to develop the relationships around the world so that we can continue inviting the investment into our city. That's how we're going to survive, guys, because California is a shithole of a place to do business in. It's a shithole, guys.
That was unnecessary.
I'm just tired of the same question over and over.
Mr.
It's
Griffiths?
the same thing. You guys are pounding and pounding and pounding. It's just, it's ridiculous.
Your time is
It's
up.
just ridiculous. Yeah, that's.
This issue came up before me while I was on city council. I voted no for it vehemently. I've continued to vote no for it. I believe that it has been a misdirection of our city resources, not just money, but in staff. We have a very limited economic development department, and that economic development department now has been hijacked to take over and work on all this Friendship City nonsense, which from everything I've seen has generated next to nothing besides a mural on the side of a hotel building. And so that's the answer to that question.
I want to be very clear about this issue. The city had a long tradition of recognizing June as Pride Month. As a person, I am committed to making sure that every single individual feels heard, feels welcomed, feels safe, and feels included in our city. This is not about parades. We have one sanctioned parade in our city. It's not about flags. We have a flag ordinance in our city. What it is about is caring for each and every one of you. And the other mayoral candidate took that away. It was a takeaway. And the minute that was taken away, people had incidences of not being safe, and that's unacceptable. It's one of the first things I'll do when I'm your mayor is make sure that everyone is included.
Thank you. Mr. Chen.
Just to clarify this thing that we cannot get out of, the whole Friendship City relationship was initiated as an economic development strategy. I think we had one woman came to my office to interview for a commission position. I explained it to her. It was always an economic development strategy. And getting the Taiwan National Olympic Committee to rent 50 rooms at the DoubleTree in July 2028 is not a zero. In terms of the rights of LGBTQ being protected, they are protected. The fact that the city does not need to issue a proclamation for a whole month of June does not mean you're taking away somebody's protected rights or status. It just means that everyone is protected. There's no special proclamation for any other folks, like you name whatever you choose. Everyone in the city is protected and accepted, and we love all of them. At the local level, the best thing we can do, keep our city safe, keep our city clean, have a good managed infrastructure, and bring as much revenue and higher paying jobs as possible. Then you can afford the things you want.
Thank you. And Ms. Kalani?
Thank you. I support development in designated corridors, keeping like uses in areas so that residents have a choice. Those that need to or want to be in a multi-family area can be. Those that prefer a single-family area have that choice as well. Let me talk to you about 50 rooms. That sounds like a lot, right? It's actually less than a zero, because we have one of the highest hotel occupancy rates in the county, so those rooms would have been filled. But not only are they going to be in those rooms, but we have to provide safety, extra police and fire, and that will actually, the bit we get on hotel occupancy tax, which we probably would have gotten anyway, and now we have to add all of that extra cost of public safety, it's actually a negative. And as far as other people being recognized, Asian American Pacific Islander Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, Black History Month. Thank you.
So when you go to cast your ballot for this June 2nd election, ask yourself this: is it preferable to vote for a Torrance Unified graduate who spent their entire career doing work that is similar to what a city treasurer does? Or would it be much better to vote for a termed out city councilman? Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will hear from Mike Griffiths.
All right, thank you to the League of Women Voters of Torrance for conducting this forum, and for everyone here who cares enough to show up and learn about your candidates. After serving 10 years on City Council and decades of continuing community service, as well as significant past and current business experience, I think most people know me by now as someone that is reliable, dedicated, and most importantly, that they can trust. This is a common theme among many who have publicly endorsed me, most notably former Torrance City Treasurer Linda Barnett, who served our city well for 17 years. No one knows the job better than Linda, and her endorsement of my campaign to be your next city treasurer speaks volumes. I also have a huge list of other endorsers. I won't show the list like one of my other colleagues did up here, but it's on my website and you can check it all out there. As many of you know, I have been a fixture here in Torrance. You all knew me as someone who was sympathetic to the issues you face, such as protecting our trees, addressing the airport imbalance and associated noise, and fighting the state against destructive housing bills, and many, many, many other things. You knew that when you called on me, I would get back to you. I believe that I've earned your trust as your council member. So to wrap it up, you want the treasurer who is going to manage the millions of dollars of idle funds of our city to be someone you know, someone who is qualified, and someone who you can trust. I meet all of those requirements, and for that, I request your vote for Torrance City Treasurer. I want to be your treasurer. Thank you.
Look, I'm not a polished politician, never have been, hopefully never will. One thing I hate about politics is actually politicians. I mean, I've always detested the whole, tell me how great you are thing, and just sometimes it gets to you after a little bit. Look at our national scene, county scene, state scene, a lot of empty promises, yet we, the community, gets left to hold the bag.
Election has consequences, and this election is crucial to the future of our city. Do you want a mayor that claims to have many years of business experience but have not shown any significant accomplishments while serving the council for the last 6 years? Even saying that 50 additional rooms of the hotel is a minus, tell that to our hoteliers. Do you want a mayor that talks about supporting public safety, or the mayor that brought the real-time response center to the police department? Do you want a mayor that falsely states that economic development strategy of Friendship City is a zero, but then writes a letter featuring establishing Friendship City with Spain as a opportunity? Do you want a mayor that claims to serve all the people of Torrance, or a mayor who looks after, even by data, that seniors need connect Torrance transportation and those with disability? A mayor that speaks of truth is crucial, and I've shared the factual, verifiable data with you. I ask for you to re-elect me as your mayor for 4 more years.
Thank you. And now we'll hear from Sharon Kalani.
Thank you. Over the last few years, our other mayoral candidate has said seniors contribute to traffic and accidents. People who work here should be able to afford a $5 cup of coffee, and that some of our community shouldn't be recognized because of his word, not mine, choices. As a senior, I'm independent, capable, just like all of you, and you deserve respect. Every member of our community should feel welcome, safe, and included, not just some. We must stay focused on what matters: safe streets, well-maintained parks, strong infrastructure, and fight for local control. It's time to restore your voice at City Hall, your full 3 minutes at the podium, and making meetings more welcoming. It's time to be responsible for your taxpayer dollars. Pet projects like Friendship Cities with no measurable results and El Camino annexing at a cost of over $100 million needs to stop. One of us joined council after retirement for something to do and enjoys photo opportunities. I've been quietly serving your city and all of you for over 4 decades. Fact, while others approved deficit budgets, I stood for fiscal responsibility. Fact, I am the only candidate who supported the decisions that stabilized our city, and the only one endorsed by Torrance Firefighters Association, Torrance Police Officers Association, and Torrance Commanders.
Thank you very much. Let's give our candidates a hand.